But we have to kill off the major defense acquisition program of the Cold War now. It's killed our industry base, it's killed our ability to do tech refresh, and it's killed our ability to outpace adversaries that had the benefit of modernizing their forces with current technology. I would like to get back to where we do things more experimentally, more prototype-based, go into production at some level, but always with the forethought that that production is not going to last because we're going to leapfrog it. And I'm going to take a couple of moments to talk about why I think that can be done, why it's not a fool's errand. It's a high goal, but I don't think it's a fool's errand. When we moved into the Cold War, if you want to put your finger on why did acquisition slow down, airplanes were more than airplanes at that time. Satellites were more than satellites. Every one was a major science and technology initiative. The F-22, and everyone talks about the fact that the production run did not go as long as we would have liked. We rarely talk about the fact that that program matured a lot of amazing technologies in avionics and stealth and radar and weapons. You needed every one of them to make an F-22. Take any one of them out, it's not the dominant fighter that it still is today, which is amazing. So acquisition programs became major simultaneous tech maturations where everyone was needed for the warfighting system. And tech maturation is hard to accelerate. It's hard to accelerate scientific discovery. It's hard to accelerate the engineering practices that take science, into something that's producible. You have to wait for it. And so we got accustomed to waiting on science, waiting on new technologies. And when we were able to capitalize on them in new weapons system, we needed to buy a lot so that we had quantity to fight. And so contrast that Cold War period where most technology was created inside the US government. So stealth, microprocessors, satellites, high-band antennas, things that are now common in the Internet of Things. All of that was originally developed in the US government. It took time. But you can tell from the air show technology is everywhere. It's in aerospace, but it's in many technical fields. We don't have to wait on technology that we mature inside of governments anymore. So we need to return back to a mindset that technology pacing should not be the cadence of acquisition. It should be based on incorporating technology wherever it's found, government or commercial industry, US or abroad, and being able to not have to commit to buy before you go fly it in a prototype. The lesson we learned from X-planes. We didn't buy many of them, but we celebrate them. I walk past the X-plane hall every day on the way to work in the Pentagon. Every one of them has a picture and the pilot behind it, and most of them weren't bought in quantity. So why did we celebrate that? Is that the whole purpose of those programs was to get a new technology into a plane, fly it, and learn. And occasionally, we thought that we had hit a plateau in development where we purchased. And when I think about technologies that are available in additive manufacturing that allows you to build things faster and more tailored, or artificial intelligence, I won't give you the litany. You know them. You know the buzzwords in tech. Where are they in the Air Force? They're not here because they're touching a system that pretends that you don't have to hurry up and ingest external technology. So the thing I'd like to see as a big business change is a high growth in prototyping programs with the Air Force, where there is a huge incentive to be a design-focused company. Maybe partnered with someone who can produce, but not necessarily, so that as we come to air shows in future, we see more experimental, high-tech, futuristic systems like the automotive industry tends to show at their trade shows, that we care about design, we pay for design, we value design, and that, when appropriate, we move it into production.